not the way we handle family business. This all has to be handled correctly.
Welcome to a special guest edition of the Holy Shit Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
It's your boy King Coach, man. Coach DTM, what's good back here in the corner? Y'all see me? Can you see me back here?
He back here on timeout. You see him.
Talk about it, huh?
Today, we got a couple guys from the Ringside Mafia. King Koley, my boy Reddy in the building. Koley, what up, brother?
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, baby. King Koley in the building. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good like a government checkup in this piece. You know what I'm saying?
The creator of Title Tuesday, if y'all can't see by the belts, this man is a belt collector, to say the least, man.
Yeah. Kenny Omega ain't got nothing on me. Talk to me, baby.
Nothing. Neither does Mercedes, man. Is that the one on your shoulder your favorite? Is that Big Gold?
Big Gold is my number one favorite title of all time.
Out of all of them?
All of them. I got my Mount Rushmore, and I can name them right now off the top of my head.
Go ahead. Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore
I got
belts.
Big Gold, Winged Eagle, Big Eagle, Classic Intercontinental, and people might hate me for this, John Cena Spinner.
Damn.
Yeah, that classic Intercontinental was dope, though. I did like that
Exactly, man. Some people who don't know King Koley and the Ringside Mafia, break down, man, what you do, man, who you are, man.
And so check it out, everybody. I'm King Koley, you know what I'm saying? And listen to everybody in TV land, looking at my camera right here for the first time and everything. But you know what I'm saying? I'm King Koley, creator of Title Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? March of 2020, I was bored during the COVID lockdown. I had a lot of titles. I had a lot of merch. And I said, I'm about to start taking pictures with these titles. Then I said it grew into something big. Ringside Mafia came along when I met my brother back here back in September, and we just came together like a good congregation. You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out Father Marquis.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my guy too. But what he said, he had this thing with Wrestle already and everything, and I wanted like a local group to come together, and we just clicked, and like I hit a home run, and Ringside Mafia was made, and now we off and running.
Off and running, man. Yeah. See, this is what the IWC is all about. People always talk about it's toxic. No. You can come together, team up with people, make even better content, and that's what we're here doing today.
Absolutely.
Definitely. We want to get into a couple topics. First off, let's talk some GOAT talk. We just talked about the GOATs of belts. Let's break down some errors in professional wrestling. I'm talking about the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. From all four of those errors, can we get four GOATs from everybody? I hate comparison. People like, Jordan better than LeBron. We need to judge them off their era, their decade. So that's what we're going to do. 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. Ron T, start us off, man. Yep, let me get your four GOATs, man, of those eras.
So the 90s, my man Shawn Michaels. I give it to Shawn Michaels all day. 2000s, it was owned by The Rock, in my opinion. 2010s, it got to be Cena's era. And then the 20s right now, Roman is the GOAT right now.
King Koley, can I get your four GOATs?
All right, so it's kind of hard, man. But I got Shawn Michaels in the 90s.
Shawn in the 90s.
I got Shawn Michaels in the 2000s.
Damn.
I see this is going to be a trend.
I got John Cena in the 2010s. And then, I got to go with Roman Reigns right now.
Roman in the 2020s.
And no disrespect to Bret Hart, man, because
I love Bret Hart. Everybody know I love Bret
That
Hart.
was a tight race between him and Shawn in the 90s.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck.
I don't know if the years are correct, but I'm going Stone Cold.
In the 90s?
Is that 90s?
It can be allowed.
Well,
it can be allowed.
It was towards the end of the 90s.
That's what I started. So I'm going when I started.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going with Austin. Then I'll go with The Rock. Then I'm going Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar for the 2010s.
like
Coach
that.
DTM, who you got, man, for your four?
Man, y'all threw me off a little bit, man. I had my mind set up, but then I liked the Stone Cold selection because that was me. That was me all day.
Walking around stunnering people.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna jump up. Everybody know that Roman got it for the 2020 boy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's automatic. 2000 would have to be automatic, hands down.
All right.
We had to do The Rock. The Rock was that the 2000, 2010?
Yeah, that was 2000.
2000?
That was 2000.
Yeah, The Rock definitely came through with 2000. 2010, We can go with the Cena.
Cena.
Yeah.
You can't see me, you know. Everybody running around doing the hands.
That's what I say.
Right.
It's kind of hard with the 2010 or the 2010s because Cena and Orton too, though, man.
Yeah,
I was
Right.
gonna say
Yeah,
Orton.
Orton
is also in there for me.
Orton
but
was
it
like number 2, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, Orton was number 2 for sure.
But I thought before Roman, who was just like the most pushed, it probably had to be Lesnar, other than Cena.
Lesnar was the man.
I like
if
that
he didn't
selection,
quit, if he didn't quit though, he would have been up there. Same with Randy though. If Randy would have took it seriously, he probably would have been ahead of Cena.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely,
If he took
definitely.
it seriously.
My 90s, I'm going with Bret Hart.
Oh yeah.
2000s, I'm going with The Rock. 2010s, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns for my 2010s. And my 2020,
And we already know who it is.
I'm going with the American Nightmare,
Do you want
Cody
this?
Rhodes. You see the belt
you
over
want
there?
this?
No.
I wanted the belt.
No,
he finally brought it for me.
I finally brought it for him.
For put in front of him.
Been
He got the
calling
wrong
me-
side
Been
plates.
calling me out.
Right. You've been calling them out, man.
I gotta get the side plates swapped. But other than that,
Now, we talk about GOATs, but there is another side of the coin. People who didn't reach their potential. Always, you got NXT people who you think, oh, they're about to come up and kill it, or somebody coming from a different federation, they about to come up and kill it, and then they drop the ball, whether it be creative or them.
Yeah.
Can y'all just break down somebody who y'all think of who maybe was coming up or coming in from a different federation and didn't live up to the hype, but they should have? Ron T, your thoughts?
I'll say right away, my man's coming in was Austin Aries. Austin Aries came into NXT, was on absolute fire. Then he got injured. He had a broken orbital bone.
Yeah.
So they had him on commentary. He stepped right into commentary like he was a natural. And then once it was healed, he got into this big feud with Neville and led up to WrestleMania. Everybody thought it was going to be on actual WrestleMania, and Creative decided we're going to put him on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That pissed me off too.
yep. And then they had him lose.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody, like you heard the pop from the crowd when it started. Everybody was in the arena already waiting for this match.
Right.
That should have told them that he was a star. And then they had him lose. Just to have Neville lose to Enzo. And then Neville was out of the company.
Yeah, he was gone.
And then that was the end of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, and that was all she wrote, man. Koley, who you think should have become more?
I actually got a few with this. I'm gonna start off with number one is Shinsuke Nakamura. He came from New Japan, on fire and everything. Then had his little thing in NXT. Then he got to the main roster. For some reason, it just didn't click on the main roster as it should. And I love that guy.
Right.
Also, I don't know if you want to count this, but I count it because, like I said, I was a fan of him before he had some success in WWE, and that's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, AJ Styles. He had his little run and everything. 2016 or 2017, he had that title, the house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah,
but
about
after
a good
that,
2 years.
Yeah, after that, nothing. Floundered and everything. He had the Boneyard match with the Undertaker and everything, and then, like I said, he just in the cards. Like, he could put a match on with everybody. He's after Shawn Michaels, it goes AJ Styles with me with in-ring talent. He could put on a match with anybody, and Undertaker sat there and went with that.
Yeah.
Last but not least, my guy, my man, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, yes.
Finn Balor. First Universal Champion, got hurt, then never got no more love after that.
Right.
Fan favorite. Everybody love him. Bullet Club, creator of Bullet Club. The man. Prince
Yeah.
Devitt is the man. And then,
He should be on top right now.
They also
man.
had a chance to revamp him when they brought him down to NXT, back
Right.
to NXT, and he was on fire in NXT. And they
Yes.
said, all right, take this momentum up. They was like, oh.
Yeah, they messed up.
I was just like, what are they doing?
They dropped the ball and messed up the church's money. Then with the demon, he had the demon and then had him lose to Edge, and Edge wanted to put him over, but Vince changed it at the last minute. Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon, and he dropped the ball.
1,000%. Coach, who you got back there? Who should have been but wasn't?
Man, he had a little light. I got a tag team and I got one solo joint, but Dolph Ziggler,
Man.
I think he was so good at taking the hits that's all they really wanted him to do was take
He
the
had a
hit.
moment.
It was a short moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was real short.
him and Miz, that was one of the best.
Like, he
for
can definitely get in
Intercontinental.
the ring and he gonna sell
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
what.
But when he won the title, when Vince McMahon told him, I'm putting the title on somebody else right after that.
Right.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. It's crazy. So then my tag team, which I feel like they really could have took off if they would have had the right backing behind them. Enzo and Cass, man.
Yes.
Man, I was excited to see them come out night after night.
Yes.
Only to see that they're going to end up breaking them up immediately and then letting both of them go. Don't break us up and let us go. Like,
I 100% agree with that.
Like,
man.
right, just
That
let us
pop
both
after
go
the night
together
after
so we can-
WrestleMania was fire.
Yeah. So, yeah, them my two.
Though that heel turn on Enzo was dope, like the way they were playing it, and then they were just like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah.
I got one who kind of still may, he may still get his day, but I just always rooted for him. Is you can call him either Claudio Castagnoli or Cesaro, either way.
Yeah.
Most Paul Heyman guys, they reach the top, and that's one that just kind of didn't get there, man. So I always still leave the door open for Cesaro. He killing it right now with the Death Riders and AEW. Mm-hmm. Hopefully something can come out of that once the title come off of Moxley. But that's my one who I always just wish that he could reach the top. Chuck Jordan, who you got?
This is going to be controversial, but if it wasn't for outside interference, Velveteen Dream.
Absolutely.
And my second person is R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. Should have been bigger than what he was.
Absolutely.
Even Undertaker said he should have been the next him.
Yeah.
His mystique is dead goes, but
It's crazy that he had to pass for him to get his flowers.
Yes, and that sucks.
yeah. But those two are mine.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Dream, I
put them
agree
two
with that
together.
one.
Like he got bigger when he passed because you feel like it was all in one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying when you think about it.
And not I'm hoping that they bring Velveteen Dream back since they found out that all that shit was false.
False, yep.
Because he got wrongfully fired. They need to bring him back.
Yeah, they wrongfully fire a lot of people. Odyssey Jones
Yeah.
is another one too.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
usually when it comes to I didn't do it, they'll give you your job back.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're still acting like they don't want to give him his job back.
Oh, it was the same thing with Enzo too. Enzo was on fire, but Enzo's mouth got him in trouble.
But Enzo even said like they said the it wasn't the company that didn't come back. The talent didn't want to work with him no more because everybody had an attitude.
Him and Roman put him out.
Really?
Roman put Enzo,
I
kicked
said
him
his
out the
mouth
locker
got
room.
him in trouble.
Yeah,
Enzo's mouth got him in trouble.
He's apologized. Most of them like, yeah, but we remember.
Yeah.
What we talked about before, we was talking about how I can apologize, but if I rub you the wrong if I rub you the wrong way, you're still not going to work with me.
Yeah.
Right.
It don't matter how many times I apologize. You can be like, yeah, but I remember.
Yeah.
I can forgive you, but I remember. I don't want to work with you no more.
I think that go with Velveteen Dream too as well though, because his mouth been getting him in some trouble too as well.
Currently, right now.
Yes.
Trending.
Yes.
I still hope he come back.
They always
Yeah.
with the whole drug thing too as well. Like I said, he starts telling on people, "You was doing drugs with me."
Right. I hate somebody like that, man. He was with me too.
Hey, he caught us, dog. Come on out.
He called us, dog. Come on out. They got us. They got us.
They got us. That's you.
They caught you.
That dope you do back there, he saw it.
He saw it. They got it all
Come on
on
out
tape.
now.
Come from behind that desk. They got us, man. Just
Man.
come on.
Last week we broke down our predictions, who we thought would win female and male Money in the Bank. But Koley, you weren't here.
Yeah, okay.
Can we get an early prediction? Who wins the men and women Money in the Bank
I
briefcase?
just commented this under her photo yesterday. Chelsea Green is going to win women's Money in the Bank.
I'm for it.
Yes, I'm 100% on board with that. Like I said, I'm
mad,
with that.
but I'm not.
You say you're not?
I said I'm not mad at it, but I'm not.
Man.
I'm going with Roxanne, but I feel that with her.
And I said
like
this
Chelsea.
on my show. I'm looking straight in the camera. Oh, I said
Tell
it,
'em.
I said
Tell
it on Ringside Mafia, and I said it on Koley's Corner. I said that John Cena is going to enter Money in the Bank, and he's going to ruin wrestling so nobody can cash in on him.
Did not say that. Did not say that.
He is going to use his pool to get in there just like he did in the Elimination Chamber, and he going to make sure nobody get the cash in on him for the rest of the
I don't
year.
sound as crazy. Now, last week when I said it, y'all looked like me like I was stupid, but now it don't sound as crazy now, do it?
It still sounded a little crazy, but hey, I'm
He
just
gonna
gonna
use
take it
his
for what
flex,
it
and he
is.
gonna use his pool to get in the Money in the Bank, and he gonna win, so nobody could cash in on him.
Damn.
That's genius. I told y'all that last week.
And he's gonna ruin professional wrestling.
Yes.
Man. Speaking about professional wrestling, is it too early? This is what I'm gonna have a conversation with everybody. It's very interesting on this. Hulkamania has always been the wave that has always controlled fan bases and the pillar of what being on top is. Is it too early to compare Hulkamania versus the OTC's reign? Can we start off with you, Coach? Your thoughts on Hulkamania? Is it too early to compare it to the Tribal Chief's reign?
It's definitely not too early, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because the Hulkamania era was more secluded, I would say. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't social media like this. So Roman got a better grasp of what he can tap on right now, Paul. But he can reach. He got a better reach. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it was more real life to us right now to see Roman than it was. You didn't really have a mentality of time back then. Right, you do now. Like now we look and we like, nah, he's been in every WrestleMania for the last 10 years. Like,
right.
So, come on, it's no hand.
Yeah. Chuck, is it too early to compare OTC to Hulkamania?
I want to say no, but somehow Undertaker's streak didn't even beat Hulkamania. So it's kind of hard to say. Like, I don't know. It's one of those. Something that was greater than still somehow was shadowed by, if that makes any sense.
Right. Like
the streak should have been, this is something that we'll probably never see again as a man win that many times at this same event over and over and over again, but yet that still was shadowed by, this is Hulkamania, everybody. So it's kind of, even though I don't even know what Hulk Hogan's record is at WrestleMania.
Right.
But it's just the fact that he was one of the pioneers that started to where it's like, all right, well, he's the main focus, but no, it's...
So no, you can't compare it, you saying?
I want to say yes, but I'm saying even Undertaker Streak couldn't outshadow it.
Right.
So how can you outshadow something that everybody just blindly, even if you don't like the guy, will still make Hulkamania shirts, and then you got Miz the Mania, and everybody's changing the Mania with their own name and trying to be that same. You keep bringing it into relevancy, even though it should have died behind the streak.
So I'm gonna take that as a maybe. I don't know. Something.
That's what I said.
That.
I don't know.
Koley, is it too early?
I think it is too early. Well, I ain't gonna sit here and say it's just really early. I got a long-winded answer with him. It goes along with, and I've got to use comparisons. Somebody that did it first. Michael Jordan. Like, so nobody's going to succeed Michael Jordan. Nobody's going to sit here and say nobody's better than Michael Jordan.
He's always going to be a part of the argument.
It's going to always be a part of the argument, and that's what Hulkamania is to wrestling. So he was first to do it. That's like with Michael Jackson, and like I said, you can have your opinion on this. Right. Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. You sit here and be like, oh yeah, he can never be this with him, but Chris Brown is killing it, though. And they're like, but who can you pick? Right. So I have to sit here and say he's never going to be able to. Roman Reigns will never be able to conquer Hulkamania, because at the end of the day, Hulkamania put wrestling on the map to where it's at no matter what. If it wasn't for no Hulkamania, WWF, WWE wouldn't be where it's at. So Facts. I have to sit here and be like that. And then the next person I'll put underneath that, it has to be John Cena before Roman Reigns. Because John Cena carried the company, like literally carried it longer than Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Really, like I said, he the one that was selling out stuff and doing everything on his own, and with some bigger names that Hulk Hogan had at that time. So
Right. How you feel about it, Ryan?
Unfortunately, I have to say it is too early.
Yeah.
As much as what Hulk Hogan has turned into now, you can't deny that Hulk Hogan carried wrestling for both WWF at the time and WCW, and Hulkamania lived through both companies for almost like 15 years, consistently. Roman Reigns, as big as he is and as he was and as long as he's been in the company and all that type of stuff, it's only one company. And it's not wrestling as a whole. You could talk to anybody about wrestling. Everybody say, oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan. But if you mention Roman Reigns, they'd be like, who? And then they try to think, oh, that guy. Yeah, I know who he is. I've never seen him wrestle. So it won't be until Roman probably retires till you have a new generation that looks at Roman Reigns as they look at Hulk Hogan.
I see what you mean. Facts. Good points from everybody. Good points. One thing I also wanted to talk about, I'd like to call myself a unicorn fan. I thoroughly enjoy WWE, and I thoroughly enjoy AEW, and I bounce between the worlds talking about both on our post shows, but there's a fan base out there of WWE fans who hate AEW fans, and there are AEW fans who hate WWE fans. And why is it such a division, a line in the sand between those two fan bases? Koley, your thoughts on why is it such a war? Why can't we enjoy just wrestling?
Why can't we just get along?
Why can't we get along?
Tribalism at its best. And like I said, I like it though. 'Cause like I said, it caused controversy and caused chaos, and I love chaos.
Right.
I love arguments and I love debates, and that's one thing that I really love. So yes, and you got the people like, oh yeah, he came from WWE and went to AEW, and oh look how he's doing over there. Vince didn't give him a chance. So these are better wrestlers over here, and it's entertainment over there. But I was like I'm like you to a certain extent. Like I said, AEW, I do have my gripes with AEW. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, they have better wrestling.
Yep.
They have better in-ring wrestling, but storylines, that's the only part that I can't really get behind with AEW because they don't have a lot of storylines to keep me engaged.
I see what you mean.
So, yeah, but I like both. I could sit here and just watch both. AEW give you bang for your buck when it comes to paying for a show. You sit there and go to a show, you're going to get all that money. You're there for 5, 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you get tired of wrestling with being there. Like, man, this is too much.
Right.
But like I said, I'm that person. Like, I like to go back and forth. I like the back and forth between two. So, tribalism. Like I said, now people getting in with TNA now. Oh, TNA better than WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Shut the hell up with that one.
Just
For
enjoy
real. Ryan, your thoughts on the division between AEW and WWE fans?
I think it's just like anything else. Some people like a certain product, and then they're going to stick with it, and they'll fight it. Like people argue down that Del Taco is better than Taco Bell.
You're crazy.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
and I'm one of the type of people that say, but they serve burgers at Del Taco. Why are you serving burgers at a taco spot?
Right.
But
Their burgers is good.
Taco Bell serving chicken nuggets now.
Not right.
Yeah, they are.
But like everybody, just like even with that, everybody taps into certain markets. There's a certain market, or certain people that like certain type of wrestling. AEW gives you all of that. I think WWE is more of mainstream now, as far as everybody can kind of get to it. There's things in AEW that would turn regular like wrestling people or fans off because of all the blood. I remember the Attitude Era when it was a lot of blood all the time, especially with ECW. So I like both, and I just, like I said, it just some people just like certain things. WWE is more playing it safe, and some people like to play it safe more. So
I hate Mox got to bleed every match. I do hate that. Mox got to bleed every match. I can't stand that.
like every match,
Every match you got to bleed.
match.
All right. Chuck, your thoughts on the tribalism between the two factions?
I think I've said it before. Y'all sound stupid to me because it's like, if you want to watch a murder mystery, you watch AEW. If you want to watch a soap opera, you watch WWE.
That's a good way.
And if you want to watch whatever, I don't know what the other ones are. Those are the only two I watch right now. But it's there's Burger King, there's McDonald's,
Right.
there's Wendy's. Can't think of any but burger chains right now. But if you want a different burger, go to a different place or go get chicken. You don't have to watch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it's like, they'll be like, well, you don't hold that company in the same regard because this company, our company does this and this. I'm like, all right. And even if you tell somebody, okay, well, I see your point, this. Well, no. And I'm like, it's the same thing with people with the Drake and Kendrick beef. I've literally was watching the DJ Head versus Maul thing, and Maul literally said, I don't care what you have to say, you can't change my mind. And DJ Head was like, well, I don't really like closed-minded people like that. He was like, I'm not closed-minded. I looked at the bars. I got this. He said, no, it wasn't that you took a stance. It was when you said nothing anyone can say can change my mind.
Yeah.
You've automatically closed yourself off to let me hear you out. And they was like, so how would you feel? He was like, I'm open to the debate. If you could show me what lines that you think was better than these lines. I'm open to the idea, even though I've heard everything. I've already came up with my own deduction. I'm still open to what you have to say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are closed-minded. And they be like, no, it's this way. I only like this wrestling. I only like this thing this way every single time. All right, go like it in your house and stop talking to me about it.
Yeah. I've always said until one of them starts sending me a check, I'm never gonna be like loyal to one brand. If WWE starts paying me, WWE is the best company ever.
That is a fact. That's
like,
a fact.
what tastes better, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Well, currently, Pepsi is giving me a check, so they taste better.
They delicious.
So,
But yeah, you hit some nails on the head with that, though. You hit some nails on the head
Right.
with that.
Coach, how you feel about the AEW WWE war?
This is the problem. AEW is getting a lot of the talent from WWE. so they look like the little brother, right? So if I like, let's say I like Koley, but he get fired and he got to go to a different podcast, I don't like that podcast now because I like Koley.
Your loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm
Your
rocking
loyalty
with him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you follow the talent that you like, which is what got a lot of y'all over to AEW in the beginning. You're like, oh, and now he's getting a push. Look at Ricochet. He's walking around with prosthetic legs now. And he can do, you know what I'm saying? Because you like Ricochet growing. You knew he had more, and now you're able to see it.
That almost go back
It's
to
like-
that.
Why you gotta say y'all though when you talk about AEW? I'm feeling like you a part of this.
I'm definitely a part of this.
You part of this problem.
I'm definitely a part of this. And I'm not the problem, though. I'm pressure. That's what it is. I'm pressure.
I feel
out
that
here,
same way
all right?
with Mercedes Moné and Swerve too. So I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so-
I followed them over there.
It's like once if Roman Reigns went there right now,
Ooh, that would be groundbreaking.
how many people
will be.
will leave WWE completely
Yeah.
and go to
That would be
AEW?
groundbreaking.
I'm leaving AEW. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. You already know. I'm out.
He
I'm gonna
said,
tell
"I'm
you
gonna go
why.
back
I'm
to
gonna tell you why
Cody."
AEW can't get that push too, though, because it's people like I got a homeboy named Abe, right? he loves this one wrestler, but the one wrestler came from a show that he keep trying to push up, and went to a whole nother show that he went back to. So people who was following this wrestler by the name of Cody is now a WWE fan because Cody is in WWE.
He wanted to finish his daddy's story, man.
That's
all it
Now you
was.
making an excuse for him. You know what I'm saying
No
is,
excuse.
and he was kind of like a staple for AEW at the time.
Created it.
And he left. He created. He left it.
He'll be back. He still owns a piece of it. He'll be back. He just finishing
I'm
his
just
little
saying, but
detour
that-
in the story.
Nobody understands the piece that he owned and all that. All they see is what's on television, and that's him not on AEW and him rocking with WWE.
Can I ask you a question down? It's like, I'm glad you brought that up.
Go ahead.
So, with Cody leaving AEW and became bigger than he was in AEW to WWE,
And nobody talks
like I
about
said,
that.
so how do you really feel about that? Because like they was booing Cody over there, and then he got the biggest reaction ever at that first WrestleMania he came to against Seth. How did you really feel about that?
Good question.
I felt like in WWE they didn't have massive stars coming up like AEW did, so it was thick at the top. It wasn't too much room where he can go. But when he went to WWE, the lack of competition, the lack of creative, of course he's gonna shoot to the top.
Oh
so.
my God!
Oh
But
my
the fans,
That's
the
the way-
fans was the fans though.
Huh?
The fans is the fans though. The fans was like embraced him. They loved him. Cody.
I think-
They couldn't do that. They didn't do that in AEW. Why were they doing WWE?
They did it, but it was
They
like
was
a
booing that man before he
yeah,
left.
you know, it was just like what we was just talking about, tribalism. A lot of those AEW fans looked at him like a WWE guy. That wasn't his fault. That's where he was started. You know, that's where he started at. So a lot of times I would see that hate, but Cody's so good on the mic, like Cena, in the middle of a promo, he had him cheering. He'll win him over.
Which he did last
You
week,
know what I
2
mean?
weeks
So
ago.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna be too crazy. You're right. They did boo him, and he is a WWE guy at heart. So hey.
I did always think I thought it was damaging to the company though. Once he came, I was like, oh man, what does that do
Yeah.
for AEW?
Right.
But I'm glad to see that he trusted them enough and believed in that company enough to say, y'all don't need me anymore.
Right.
And
right.
I think that's dope as well.
The one thing I was confused on when he first got here, but I'm happy that he's him, is when he came, I thought he was going to be like Brock Lesnar. All right, he's coming back. He's going to collect a check, and he's going to do what he got to do. But to see how corporate he is, he's doing interviews. Triple H ain't even there. I'll handle all like he's literally the corporate man.
Yeah, he's working hard.
He's working hard for his money here.
Yeah.
And it's like, you was like, yeah, he still owns participate of the company. So why are you working so hard for your competition? You could just easily just come in here, finish your story, get a check, and walk out. Why are you working so hard to make this company better? I was confused by that. I'm just being
Because he for
honest.
sure, like I was arguing with somebody, he for sure deserved this time off that he's getting right now. He was doing talk shows, he was wrestling live events, wrestling Raw and SmackDown, PLEs, Make a Wish, his own promotion with the Wheatley vodka. That boy was working hard.
When they drink it neatly.
Don't, wait, I said it before. I said it again. Don't drink it neatly. Don't. I
you
tried
saying,
it.
Coach?
It's
I was
not
about
it.
to say what Ron said. Ron said is when you can't drink that.
You gotta
neatly.
put some lemonade in it. You
gotta put
some lemonade in it.
not
Don't do
good.
it.
I love how we just shifted to the Cody talk. You know,
Yeah.
he is great. I don't blame y'all for wanting to talk
I
about
love
it.
Cody. I love Cody.
Let's hit a little segment real quick. I want to name some finishers and see if y'all could name the wrestlers whose finisher this is. Chuck, who uses the big ending?
I don't know.
That's easy.
King Koley. Look like you got
Big E.
Big E definitely does use the big ending. How didn't you get that, man?
Oh, because he's been gone for so long. You know me. Hey, I keep trying to tell y'all, I am a prisoner of the moment. Out of sight, out of mind for me. Like, I forgot all about it.
Ryan T, who uses the crossface chicken wing?
Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund. I did not think you were going to be able to get that.
Then he would look at his hands afterwards.
I did not think you were going to be able to
Cried
get
when he
that.
did that to Bret Hart when I was a little kid. I cried.
Yeah, me too. How could you?
All right. Coach DTM, who uses the Saxton Nation?
Byron Saxton.
How did you not get that? That was like a layup. That was like a.
Why did I get that type of layup?
I was hoping for the Mexican destroyer. But, you know, I need something right there I can catch.
Right. All right, next up. This is an easy one for you, Coach. Chuck, who uses the diamond cutter?
DDP.
DDP, yes, 1,000%.
Self high five.
All right, King Koley, who uses the Celtic cross?
Sheamus.
No, it's not Sheamus.
It's not.
It is Fit Finley.
Oh,
threw a curveball in there.
Seamus used it, but it's not his
But I
favorite.
was about to say he used it though. I contest that one. Judges.
Right. Ryan T. the Icon, who uses Jaded?
Oh, Jay Cargill.
That was easy. I don't know what the hell I even said that.
Naomi uses it.
Oh man.
You could have said Beth Phoenix too.
Coach DTM, who uses the BFT?
Oh, man. What? L.A. Night.
Yeah.
No.
I know Dolph Ziggler to me.
Right.
I said Dolph Ziggler.
He's Dolph Ziggler to me. That's how
I
he's gonna
think
be.
what happened is he put a bunch of wrestlers that he kind of like. Dolph Ziggler, The Rock, Stone Cold. Put it all
in the blender.
bowl,
Right.
LA Night, and then boom, here we go.
Chuck Jordan, last one. Who uses the French kiss? Think about it. They've got to be France or Frenchian, whatever you call it.
I don't know.
Maurice, the Miz's wife. Come on, man.
You should have phoned a friend.
You should have phoned a friend,
I
man.
actually knew that one. Don't know why I knew that one, but I knew it.
All right, let's shift the topics a little. Let's get a little serious here, man. We've been diving into some mental health topics the last few weeks, and people love it. They like when we step outside the box of professional wrestling, but this one was inspired by pro wrestling. Eddie Guerrero, he has a saying where he says, I lie, I cheat, I steal. I don't hang with niggas that steal. but all my brothers, man, we lie, we cheat to women, sometimes to people, and it's more of a common thing than we think. And I don't think we all sit down and even ask ourselves, man, why did I cheat on her? Or why did I lie to her? What was the point of that? So I just wanted to bring up that mental health discussion. And how do y'all feel about it? Or some experience of cheating, and why do we do it as men? Why are we so caught up in that?
Because if you ain't cheating,
You ain't
you ain't trying.
Oh my God, ladies, sorry.
I don't hang with him.
Wait,
We don't hang with him. We're
Wait.
trying to be
Let the record
serious here.
reflect. Let the record reflect. I don't know this guy.
I don't know him.
That is my
First
Zoom
and foremost,
friend. We are only
I saw
friends on Zoom.
it was the wrong time. I heard cheating, and y'all know my slogan. My brain just went there.
Oh my God, Coach, can you clean this up for us?
Man, listen.
Can you talk about cheating and why are we so addicted to it as men?
I can break it down a few different ways. The first thing I'll do is I'll break it down in a way where most of us kind of do what we saw. So if we was in an environment where this was kind of celebrated and tolerated, then that's kind of what we do, and you don't really know why, right? So for myself, my wife and I, we've been together 25 years and counting, and there was a lot of infidelity in our early years. And the reasoning, I used to say, man, I ain't gonna do it no more. After I watch her, she be hurt by it. I ain't gonna do it no more. And then lo and behold, time go by, I didn't look like I was better, and I do it again. So I actually had to sit down and assess, like, why did you do it? Because here's the thing, fellas, in the world too. My camera right here. Here's the thing: you can't fix if you don't know why you did it, right? So you can say you're not going to do it time and time again. If you don't know why you did it, you can't fix it. So I had to really dig deep into myself and figure out why I was making the decision that I was making. And once I figured that out, I was able to go back to that, fix that, and then fix myself in a way where cheating is not a part of what I like to do now, what I feel like I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Getting a new normal. So you got to assess where the problem started at. And cheating is not just, having sex with other people, or it's not just being intimate with other people. It's the lying part that makes the cheating bad.
Right.
Right? So you can have a conversation with your partner and let her know, look, this is what I like. This is what I have to have. And give her the option to say, okay, I'm with it or I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what makes cheating bad, is because you start to remove the option from the other person that you're with. So fix it.
Fix it.
So
I was very long-winded. Right. It was some good stuff, though.
Check it out. If you're not cheating, you ain't trying. Okay?
How you feel about cheating and being lied to, Chuck?
I get cheated and lied to all the time.
Have you done the cheating, though?
But that's because they be trying, right?
Are you the one getting cheated on?
They trying.
So you're getting cheated on, or you're cheating on them? Which one are you?
See, I can't even say I get cheated on. It's just I step outside of my logical too much and get into my emotions, which usually happens if you mess with somebody for too long. Because usually I just stay single. That way I could always be like, hey. But then when they be like, all right, well, I want exclusivity. And I'm like, you sure you want this? Yeah. You positive? Yeah. And then I give it, and then I find out they do some shady shit. Then I'm like, but why did you ask for this? Because I could have just stayed single. I usually try to remain single, but I stepped outside of my logical and stepped into my emotions, and now you want to break my emotions. I was like, which means that in my mind, you really just wanted to break me.
I see what you mean.
You didn't want it. You just wanted to see if you can control my mental, because you knew that if I stayed the way I was, you wasn't gonna get me. But now that you got me, all right, cool. But for me, it's always been, it's gonna sound really messed up. I don't mind being cheated on, because my uncle taught me. I'm gonna tell you why. My uncle told me when I was 13. He was like, at the end of the day, nephew, now that you start to smell yourself, as soon as you realize that pussy never gonna be yours. He was like, look around. We was at church. He was like, look around. He said
in church.
I kid you not. My uncle was a reverend, but he was like, look around. He was like, how many men in here have to look at the ones with 3 or 4 kids? 2 or 3 of them kids look like him, but the little one don't.
Right.
Or the oldest one don't. Well, one of them don't. Why? Because she stepped out, but because he don't want to mess up his household, he ain't gonna say nothing. He's like, but that box ain't no ever be yours, nephew. And as soon as you realize it, even if you married to this woman, you can be married to her for 15 years. Y'all get a divorce tomorrow, she giving that motherfucker up. So it's never going to be yours. It was never designed to be yours. So as long as you get it in your head, it's not going to be yours. You can always be like, all right, because it's not mine, what she do is what she do, and what I'll do is what I'm going to do. Which is the reason I said it's always been messed up to me when they ask for, you come to me asking for exclusivity. I didn't tell you I wanted you to be my woman. I'll let you do what you want to do.
Right.
My whole thing is, don't lie to me. Like Coach was saying, it's not really the cheat. For me, the hard part is, I gotta catch you in the act or catch you doing some shit. Just tell me. I've even, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was messing with this one chick, and she would tell me what she was doing. I was like, all right, well, I ain't messing with you no more until we get checked out. She was like, but you stand? I ain't going nowhere, but I ain't about to sleep with you until, we get make sure you clean and stuff. But
I need your my chart.
You know what I'm saying? But give me the option to decide what I want to do. Don't take my option away by lying to me and let me find. My dad always used to tell me, I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth. My dad was like, I don't want to walk in this motherfucking school and hearing you did some shit, and now I'm embarrassed because I didn't know.
Right.
As opposed to, you came home and was like, hey, my grades is this. I did this and this. I got into a fight. Now he walks into the school. Well, your son did. He like, I know.
I see your point. I see your point. Koley, how do you feel about Us brothers going with the Eddie Guerrero effect of lying and cheating to our women, man.
Yeah, because right now we're in a society that it's acceptable to cheat now. Like I said, it's messed up out here. Like I said, for women and dudes, like I say, super side dude, super side woman, and all that stuff in the third, it's acceptable now. That's one. And then two, it's just like I said, people just don't know how to be flat out 100 with nobody. Yeah. Like I said, the girls I deal with and everything, hey, I give my red flags up front. This is what it is and what it is. You want to cross this line with me, this is what you're going to have to do to keep my attention. I love attention. Right. I love attention. If you're not going to give me this attention, somebody else will. And and I was very, very keen on that. And yes, it led to my divorce. It led to my divorce though, but I was flat out with that too. Like I said, like I could cuss. I was like, but I was like, hey, excuse my bluntness. I changed my life now. I'm following God now. But a few years ago, like, hey, this dick ain't gonna suck itself. Right. Hey, if you ain't gonna do it, somebody else will. Right. And like I said, so man, and caused a lot of problems. Like so, hey, it is what it is. But no, it's like you said, you want this exclusiveness and everything. Okay, it's like a contract. This is what you need to do to keep this going to the next year, and then we keep going. Like you fall off with, I want sex at least 4 or 5 times a week, and you only giving it 2 this week. Hey, you gonna make up for it next week? So this is what we gotta do. Like that's just my standpoint on it. But right now, like I said, the world right now is just hard right now.
And I'm glad you brought in religion too, man, because that's kind of like somewhat of my point is. It's not even about the man sometimes, man. Some of these women are demons, man, walking in the flesh. And if you allow them and you entertain them like something, me and you used to work at the plant, plant life, man. If you go there with one of them chicks and you start talking about your wife, hey, she don't do this. You opening that door, you giving the devil a little bit of light to be like, oh, there's some weaknesses there. I've been in a situation where I wasn't even trying to cheat, but the devil smelt my weakness. He smelt the blood in the water, and he crept up on me. You need your dick sucked? No, I don't. I don't. But you know what I'm saying? It's just things like that. So sometimes it ain't the man. The world, like you said, the world is just different, man. It's a lot of temptation out there, man.
I really want to speak on that.
You spoke on it. Give Ryan his chance. We're running out of time.
What he just said.
Ryan, let Ryan get it.
I really think about something. If you think about maybe high-end men, or even go back to the Bible, the downfall has always been the wrong woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Ryan, your thoughts?
I feel like I'm the only one in this room that said I've never cheated.
We knew that. We said that pre-show.
So when he said, when he was saying sex every week, right? I remember I was talking to my coworker about this. I was like, sex on average lasts about how long for you?
Don't put this man on blast, man.
General speaking. You have great times, you have bad times. On average,
47 and a half minutes.
All right, so let's say for Coach 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes. I'm asking for 30 minutes, 4 times a week. 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, 2 hours. My bad.
I was about to say, what is math going?
2 hours.
Right, he on Steiner math over here.
Hey, you got to preheat the oven and all intimacy and other shit. But let's 2 hours, right? There's 24 hours in a day. And my math is horrible. Somebody get a calculator. But
nah, man.
If you do it by the week and you telling me you can't give me 2 hours out of this week,
7 days.
You know what I'm saying? If there's 24 hours in a day, which is, I'm only asking for 2 hours of intimacy. I'm 7. What is it? Did you know that pull-up calculator? I don't have a calculator.
Yeah.
14, right?
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
What is it? I do have, me, I'm not like Ryan and Reddy over here. I think I've probably cheated on every woman I've ever been with. I'm sorry. I'm a shitbag. But what made you?
68 hours.
168 hours in a week, and you can't give me 2?
Damn! Shout out to the analyst team in the
You
back.
can't give me 2? Think about that. You can't give me 2.
That's your complaint.
That's why if you ain't cheating, you ain't on me something.
This nigga's on a personal tangent right now. Ryan, what kept you though? What kept you straight and narrow, man?
I've always been a person about honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty up front. Now, have I lied before? Me and my wife been together for 16 years. We've been married for 12 of those 16 years. And at the beginning of the relationship, I think everybody kind of lies a little bit because you are afraid of somebody reacting to your truth.
Right.
So once you learn that being honest up front, you just lay all the cards out on the table. It's not necessarily smooth selling, but you can accept it. She knows that you're not lying. So it makes it easier. When you lie, you got to cover it up with another lie,
Right.
and then another lie. And I've always been like,
no,
I'm doing way too much. I got too much.
Too hard to keep
Yeah,
up with.
I don't got time to be
don't cover
doing
it
that.
up.
So,
You lied,
what
then
you
you
said
just
with that?
stop.
What you said about that? Like I said, I know we got time running up. All right, so I'm a guy that always say I never physically cheated on somebody, but I ain't gonna lie, I've entertained some shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, I've never physically cheated on nobody, but yeah, mentally, like I said, if I don't get the attention and somebody else giving it to me, I will flirt. Like I said,
Yeah,
like I said, and that's why I stay single, so to make sure I could get all that out. And then
I think every man, I don't care who it is, they say they always find themselves flirting a little bit, and then you be like, all right, yeah, let me chill.
I don't.
Because you ready.
I don't.
Yeah.
If I ain't getting the attention, I don't.
But for those that want to stay faithful, you're like, all right, you know the line. Like, all right, let's chill. Let me chill, and because this could lead to something else that I'm not trying to be at.
Nobody's thinking about the repercussion while it's in motion.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing.
by the way, world, when I said I didn't mind being cheated on, it was only due to the fact that I'm an R&B singer. And it comes up. I penned some great songs. I penned some great songs
I would say
off
that,
of just being in my emotions.
I would say that though, as an R&B artist myself, I look at other people's outside drama like, dang, they write about it like it's me. Like,
my eyes come from. I'll be like, all right, let me get out of my head and get in my mode. Oh my goddamn, this is great.
I do think, like I said, just honesty from both sides. If y'all come to the table honest about what you're looking for, and y'all make that contract and that decision, now you know what we agreed to, and we have to work on ourselves and come to the table as wholes instead of broken people trying to fix each other.
So you
I
saying it's
can't make it
okay?
happen.
Yep.
He writing a book over there.
So I got two things. One, you saying it's okay to be a snitch because that's in the environment that we grew up in. You can't snitch. You can't snitch on yourself. Yeah. I'm just making. Want to clarify for the fans.
If you telling on yourself, I mean,
That's
you're just
still
being
snitching.
honest.
I
You're being
got
honest.
a friend that that's like that. He'll tell on himself flat out. Oh man, I thought, dog, you tripping. You ain't even got to say that. Man.
Right.
I accidentally grabbed her ass. How you accidentally grabbed her ass?
He talking about you.
One thing we all
He said no. He said look directly into the camera. Not me.
But you know, when it comes to like the whole cheating aspect thing, right?
yeah.
From experience, it gives you an adrenaline of not getting caught. I've always been like, at 13, I had my first shootout, right? And then from there on, I run to trauma. Where's the drama at? Where's the shoot? We shooting over here? I'm going.
I watch anime.
Right.
You live off adrenaline over
Yeah,
there.
it's that
That's like
adrenaline
how I
rush.
used to be when I used to want to be fucking outside all the time. But the thrill of getting
Yeah,
caught.
like I don't have to get caught, but I'm not going to get caught.
All right, go ahead,
It's just that.
Get the show back on track.
Right, hey. One thing we can say, we all had a little growth from lying and cheating.
A lot of growth.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero. I think if he was alive, he'd have came to his ways and he'd have been a decent human being like the five of us or six of us, including Ray. I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but hey, you know. But yeah, let's get into it before we get out of here. I want to hit y'all with a couple sentences and let's get fact or fiction from you guys. Chuck Jordan, let's start with you.
What's up?
Fact or fiction? Al Snow is the godfather of Bray Wyatt's oldest child. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
That is fiction. 1,000%. Tried to catch you with a curveball there, but you got it anyway. Koley, I got one for you. Shelton Benjamin coached Brock Lesnar at one point in his college amateur career. Is this fact or fiction?
It's fiction. They was teammates.
Ah, yes, got you too. Yeah, he is right. Coach
Talk about
DTM, fact or fiction? Montez Ford has 2 children who are stepchildren to Bianca Belair.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. And he's doing a damn good job. I don't know if y'all saw Bianca at WrestleMania holding her down. We need more households like that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Step in and be the parent when you're not the parent. Do your damn job.
Not the mama.
Ron T, the icon. Hardcore Holly was once a professional NASCAR driver. Fact or fiction?
That's fiction.
That is fact, actually.
Really?
That is
That's when
fact.
he first came to WWE.
Oh, he
had
was
that gimmick.
professional. Yeah,
He was
I
a
didn't know he was professional. I thought he only did it.
Yeah, I thought he only had a gimmick.
Yeah. Well, no, I knew that he drove, but I didn't know he actually was in NASCAR.
Right. Chuck Jordan We spoke about this earlier. You might notice. Hulk Hogan has made more WrestleMania matches than anyone in the history of WrestleMania. Fact or fiction?
False.
False. You saying false? You gonna stick with that? That's a fact, sir.
Really?
He still has the most because he's had multiple in some WrestleMania. So you got to count those too. He came out, went back in a Rumble, won Mania. So Hulk Hogan still holds that title. Last one.
Come on, Cena.
Last fact or
Break that
fiction
too.
question. We're going to get this to King Koley, and we're going to ask this question here. Eddie Guerrero is somehow related first bloodline to Penta and Rey Fenix.
I'm gonna say fact.
Fact. That is a fiction. That is a fiction. All Mexicans are not related.
I'm about to say fact on that one. You made it sound convincing a little bit.
I did.
I'm gonna go fact with that one.
Oh, I did.
Can I call Chavo?
Can I call Chavo for a chime in? Oh man, this has been great, man. It's been great. Any questions for King Koley from any of y'all before we get out of here, man?
So when you want me to mail this back?
Oh, here you go. Just like I tell everybody, every title on my wall has a price.
Yeah, exactly. Is that one you was talking about when a woman dates you? Do she have to understand about the titles before she even comes to the picture?
Yeah, she has to. Like I said, shout out. I ain't gonna say shout out, but shout out to my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying, she the one that bought me my first title ever, and then she said she didn't expect it to grow to where it was, and it caused the friction in my relationship. And yeah, this is where we at now. Like so yeah, you got to understand it now. Like I said, I'll make that clear when I first date somebody, talk to them. Hey, wrestling is my thing. Here go my page. This is what it look like. Right. So I look like 40-year-old virgin in this mother.
Right. Could y'all date somebody who was not into wrestling at all?
They got to be open-minded.
They got to be open-minded.
They got to be open-minded.
They got to be
try to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, don't be like, wrestling, ew, and I'm not.
I will say that my wife didn't understand it until she went to that local show, and she was like, wow, that was pretty fun. I get it now.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I got it.
Koley, can you tell the people how they can reach you and the Ringside Mafia, brother?
I'm saying no King Koley, no underscore. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fake pages with me out there.
It is.
And I hate it. Like I said, and fake pages trying to sell belts. But King Koley, KING KOLEY, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to get on TikTok too as well. Ringside Mafia. You got Instagram, Ringside Mafia. YouTube, Ringside Mafia 1 because somebody got in the way. But still, you see our face in there. You got my brother back here with Wrestle Already, and he got his stuff right there. Wrestle Already, no underscore, nothing and all that on there. We making shooting shows every Sunday. Premiere on Monday on YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Need 100. Giving the belt away at 100 subscribers. So stay tuned with that and talk to me, baby.
I gotta get in that.
Yeah. Give me to 100. Give me to 100. We make sure we good.
Exactly. And you guys make sure you check out SCW Superior Championship Wrestling. We are working with them side by side now. Me and Chuck will be doing commentating for them May 17th down at the Modern Skate and Surf in Royal Oak. Make sure y'all check it out. Congregation will be in the building.
We will be in the building as well.
Yes, it's gonna be crazy.
Ringside Mafia will be in there.
Make sure you're there this weekend, Royal Oak, Michigan.
We got merch.
I knew he was gonna say it.
Get the merch.
We got merch too.
Yes. Get Ringside merch. Get Holy Shit merch. Get all the merch,
King Koley merch. Title Tuesday merch.
Exactly, man. Brother, we appreciate you being on here. You two ready and the whole crew out in the lobby.
Yeah, we roll deep like drunk Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We in this joint.
But we out of here, man. Till next time, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T. the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
It's your boy King Coach, man. Coach DTM.
And it's King Koley. Talk to me, baby.
Yes.
We out.
And you guys been tuning in to the Holy Shit Podcast Special Guest Edition. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.